Show? Download the podcast at kcaaradio.com.
KCAA.
Working in the margins. Dealing with our challenges, assessing needs, and finding solutions. Short-term, mid-range, and long-term. Solutions can find us working in the margins. Today's world is a tough baseline. It's more difficult than ever to just exist or get by. And it's not getting any easier. Moving forward in today's world has become both an art and a science. Food, clothing, temporary shelter, long-term housing, short-term jobs, temporary employment, or long-range careers. It all takes some help and finesse. Not everyone can do it. It's an art and a science. And let's face it, not everyone is a scientist. Some people need more help than others. The basics like reliable transportation, internet, laundry, a regular shower, even water, those basics we all take for granted. Electricity, these are the challenges of those caught in the net. Are homeless, unhoused, housing challenged, living in the margins. People of all ages, young, middle-aged, senior citizens, entire families, male, female, all reasons and all walks of life. Anyone can find themselves living in the margins. Homelessness and the challenges that go with it are not going away, and we can't ignore them. It's just too expensive. We've got to do better. Take the next step forward. Tune in now and listen to Working in the Margins.
Good afternoon, San Bernardino, Inland Empire. This is Shazette, the Family Assistance Program. This is Working in the Margins, so thanks for tuning in. We are on KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. We hail out of the studios here at Teamsters Local 1932 in downtown San Bernardino. So today I come to you with a friend and an expert and a lovely person that I've had the opportunity to know for years and years. And she's been with me on a journey when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I needed some assistance. I went to Komen because that's where everybody said to go. And I didn't understand what that meant. I thought that was like an international program or a national program at least. I didn't know it was like regional or local. But through that, I was able to get assistance that helped me pay for my rent, food, transportation, things like that, through another agency that provided services out here in San Bernardino. Jill Eaton is, she's a warrior, y'all. She's a warrior. Like she's the best ally to have. We've been in this fight for, this is gonna be my 19th year of being a survivor. I know. Yay! 19 years. It's a long time. Next year I'm gonna throw a party because it'll be 20.
I'm coming.
I hope you throw it.
I'll work on building it for you.
And even it's been 19 years, and I asked some friends, I says, when you are outside of your diagnosis for so long, or you're in remission, do you still call it remission, or do you consider yourself healed? And I had a mixed bag of responses. Some folks were, no, you're just in remission, And I said, well, is that kind of fatalistic to live like thinking, oh, it could just come back anytime? So I feel that I have been healed from cancer, but I'm always going to be diligent about my health now.
That's great. That is exactly what
I think that's what I learned the most out of everything, You are a warrior in this because you help people like me continue to thrive, to have a life after cancer that doesn't look so scary. You give hope to people who are going through the journey for the first time by helping them find resources in other people. You raise funds and money like nobody's business. You hang out here and in Las Vegas or Nevada.
Yes.
That's a big territory now. And most of the time it's just you. So I really don't know how you do it. But I want you to tell us why you do it.
why I do this.
Yeah. Why'd you start to advocate for this? It's meaningful, means a lot, but why did you decide to advocate?
Well, so I'm for, well, first of all, I thank you for allowing me to be here. You know,
Oh.
we are good friends.
Yes,
and
we
I'm
are.
super excited to be here.
I'm really going to try to be a little professional, but I'm like, Jill is the fun person. She's my fun person. And I know this subject is heavy,
Yes.
but I wanted to come. It's Black History Month, y'all. So that's why I got the pink dashiki on.
Love it.
But I want to talk to my community and my sisters in the
Yes.
community about breast cancer because it's near, that's a field that I understand. That's a place where I've been. So I thought it would be, to show love or, it's Valentine's around love. I want us to love ourselves. I want us to pay attention to our health. And I'm going to talk to you
Yes.
talk to my community about how to do that a little bit. But I want you to tell me, Jill, why you are doing this. This experience for you in breast cancer, the community, what does that mean to you, and why are you doing this?
Well, thank you again. Like I said, thank you for allowing me to be here today. So yeah, I'm Jill Eaton. I'm the executive director serving Susan G. Komen in the Inland Empire, the state of Nevada, primarily focusing on Las Vegas. So I am so happy to be here.
Yay.
It's awesome. I've been with Susan G. Komen now for 9 years, and I got involved originally because my grandmother was a survivor, and I saw the opportunity, and I was very passionate about her. My grandmother was like, we were like two peas in a pod. She did not pass away from breast cancer, but she did pass away actually right before I took this job. And but breast cancer was a part of our lives. I will go back and share that, breast cancer wasn't always talked about.
Right.
When my grandmother had breast cancer, she had a double radical mastectomy, and I believe I was 10 years old when it happened, and all I knew at the time was that my grandmother was sick.
Right.
We did not talk about it.
Right.
It was a place where, it was something that was kept very private.
Right.
And I did not learn that my grandmother had breast cancer until I became a teenager.
Wow.
And then I learned that, as I continued to get older, that I needed to be mindful and be aware
Right.
of what
Right.
could possibly happen to what could possibly happen to me, and that I needed to be mindful of it. And so now, breast cancer is it is the most known and most talked about cancer of them all.
Right.
And that is thanks to Nancy Brinker and that promise that was made between those two sisters, and that she would do everything in her power to end this disease and see a world without breast cancer.
Right.
So I guess jumping on board with this journey really started with my grandmother. And since then, over the 9 years, I have met so many wonderful people, including yourself.
Thank you.
And so many breast cancer survivors. And it's, I had a handful of people that I knew going in, and now I cannot even keep up with the number of people that I have met at this moment that have been touched by breast cancer or have had questions about breast
Right,
cancer.
right.
Have had their own scare, including myself. I've had my own scare. So, and I am very passionate about what I do. I want to see change, and I want to be able to
Right.
make a difference in our communities
You have.
that I oversee.
You are making a difference to so many lives that you probably don't even know about, because when a person in the family has cancer, the family has cancer.
Yes.
I can absolutely understand because I think that I was a little bit like that when I was young. I was 39 when I was diagnosed, and I had a little kid, and that's all we just said, Mama's sick.
Yep.
Mom has to go to the doctor a lot right now.
Yep.
Because you just think they can't understand that.
Right.
They don't understand
Right.
that, and they don't understand that mom is going to be off work, possibly not having an income. She's going to have to subsidize or supplement through disability, things like that. So definitely when a parent has cancer, the kids have, everybody is affected. If you have children, everybody is affected. Tell me, what services, what do you have to offer as far as resources to families that are battling breast cancer?
Wonderful. Susan G. Komen is the leading organization in research. So I want to talk a little bit about that for a second, then I will break down the other programs that we have to offer. But we provided over $1.1 billion in research. So the last 19 FDA approved drugs, meaning treatment programs that a lot of women and men are taking currently, were founded by Susan G. Komen. We played a significant role in that.
Absolutely.
And that is key. And then Komen operates the only breast health line available to everybody, including anybody that, if you are newly diagnosed, have questions before you go to a screening, if you are a husband, a son, a brother, a sister, or anybody, a caretaker. It's a helpline. So it's manned Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll make sure you have the phone number so that we can get that out there to everybody. Because I want to make sure that that's not the best kept secret.
Right.
And so, and you can ask any questions. They can help you. They can help navigate. They can help navigate you to care.
Right.
If you need a screening, they could tell you where to go. If you need help just understanding your insurance, you can ask a ton of questions. And then also our website, which is komen.org. KOMEN.org, and that is a wealth of information. But also, if you are a low-income woman or man going through breast cancer, meaning going through treatment. Or living with metastatic breast cancer, you can use our patient care center. And our patient care center is with navigators.
Yes.
So they're going to help you along the way. And then also we have our financial assistance program for, that's what I meant to say, for low income women and men that are in treatment or living with metastatic breast cancer. And the way that it works is that you would be calling into our helpline. You would talk to a navigator. They would then explain to you how you need to apply, or there is an application online that you can go ahead, download and complete, and then submit. And if you meet the criteria, then they would go ahead and provide you the funding.
Right.
Funding is not funding is for daily living expenses, which is very different than a lot of other Right. I mean, so the rent,
this is for gas to get back and forth to radiation or chemo. Food, if you are, need food, specialty food. I've referred a few clients to, and they needed medicines, a particular, so it's not limitless,
right?
But it does, and it will help in that just day to day, so you can keep going to treatment.
Yeah.
There is, I have a story about when I had radiation and I was done around like the third week. I'm like, I'm finished. I was burned so bad.
Oh,
and I was like, I'm not, but I had gone for 3 weeks.
Yep.
And the doctor said, well, you can stop and try to heal up from, the burns and things like that. He says, but you're going to have to start over.
And you were like, no.
And I'm like, no. I'm not going to start over. So I buffed it out and I just kept going. But sometimes you can't. Some people can't.
Yeah.
And so you do have to take a break, and so that just prolongs your time off, your journey, So what kind of challenges are you facing right now as far as breast cancer awareness or, getting the word out there? Do people read anymore? I wonder sometimes. Are we keeping? It seems like we're so occupied with so many other things, but breast cancer doesn't stop. It doesn't, it doesn't discriminate, and it doesn't stop. So we have to keep it on the front burner. How do you keep it on the front burner?
Well, you know me, I don't take no. So,
Right,
personally.
right.
But breast cancer is 365 days out of the year. And I try to make sure that, make people aware of the resources that we have. If somebody knows that they have breast cancer, and give them the tools that we offer at Komen. Oftentimes somebody will spark a conversation, or I'll interject because I'm overhearing somebody talk and they're looking for help. And I'm like, hey, have you ever heard of Komen? And maybe I might not explain to them who I am. I'm like, you should try try out the website and see if maybe this is a resource for you. But oftentimes people now know my role, and so they'll ask me, how can I get some help? Where can I go to get some help? The type of help that we're looking at. I guess the challenges that I'm facing right now, as far as awareness, is just reminding people that we do offer the helpline.
Right.
And that this is a great starting point for anyone. That, if you have questions, like I said, you don't even need to be a breast cancer patient.
Right.
You could be the co-survivor.
Right.
And this is where they can go and they can ask questions, and they can find out they can have some of those things that they have questions about.
What a wonderful way to show your love for somebody is to go and get information for them and find resources for them.
Yeah, because the co-survivors also need support as well.
Yes,
and
respite time, respite care.
Yeah, and so it's like, because they want to show a strong. They want to show a strong face. The survivor, what I often watch in my role is that the survivor has put on this strong face in front of family members, especially that they do not want to know that they've got this,
right?
And that there is only one or two people that they will break down and cry to, and that also on top of that, you've got the co-survivors that are like, I am so strong, and again on their end. And so, again, that's where that support system is key.
So vital, because I know with some of the families that I've helped, I was a breast buddy for a while. I know some of the families that I've helped. Sometimes it's the folks around you that are taking it harder than you are.
Yes.
And I know for me, I just needed to be really organized through it.
Yes.
And be knowledgeable through it. And, I know the doctor said, stay off the internet. But I'm like, I got to understand. I have to know, and I have a partner, and I have a kid, and I had a mom. I had an aunt that came and took care of me. My dad came. Everybody. And that's, it's vital that they have, somebody to talk to, somebody, you're not prepared.
No.
My guy wasn't prepared for me not to be here and for him to have to raise a little kid on his own. He wasn't, so the family, you're looking at everything that could possibly change.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not in death.
Right.
But it's in capacity. I was incapacitated.
Right.
For a really long, I couldn't drive. There was a lot of things that I couldn't do regularly. And somebody has to come in and step in. So,
yes, exactly.
Jill, we're going to take a break real quick. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some information in the Black community.
Yes.
And then we're going to talk about why you look so cute in your top hat. Be right back, San Bernardino.
Thank you.
KCAA.
Tahibo Tea Club's original Pure Pau de Arco Super Tea comes from the only tree in the world that fungus does not grow on. As a result, it naturally has antifungal, anti-infection, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammation, and anti-parasite properties. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can be truly miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TahiboTeaClub.com. Tahibo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TahiboTeaClub.com, or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TahiboTeaClub.com.
The Row House reminds listeners each day 22 veterans take their own lives. Together, we can win this war against veteran suicide. Let us all join the Row House to let our veterans know there is hope, there is help, and they can heal. That's courtesy of The Row House in San Bernardino, offering daily deals on everything from top quality flour to edibles and so much more. Their goal is to help you win that battle within. Stop by or call 909-763-3700. The Row House in San Bernardino.
Are you looking for a good union job? The Inland Empire's 14,000 member strong Teamsters Local 1932 has opened a training center to get working people trained and placed in open positions in public service clerical work and in jobs in the logistics industry. This is a new opportunity to advance your career and raise standards across the region. Visit 1932trainingcenter.org to enroll today. That's 1932trainingcenter.org.
KCAA.
Hello, San Bernardino. Welcome back. This is Shazad with Working in the Margins. We're on KCAA, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. This also will be a podcast on YouTube, and you can find us on KCAA TV. Right, Eric? KCAA TV.
Yeah, and they could also watch live the video on kcaaradio.com. They could watch the live stream there.
Okay, wonderful. KCAaradio.com and KCAA TV on YouTube. Thank you to all of my folks that are watching and come in. I love when I see my numbers going up, because it means that you're getting resources that I bring you every week. And this week is not going to be any different. I'm bringing a whole resource, a whole vibe of resources in my friend, my girlfriend, my buddy, Jill Eaton. She's with Coleman IE. Jill, you know what I wanted to ask you, because some folks say that, I donate, but the money goes to everywhere. Where does it go? Where does the money go, Jill?
The money goes to research. It also goes to our Komen Patient Care Center. It goes to Komen Financial Assistance Programs, education, and more. So, awesome. Our organization, there's every dollar counts. Mm-hmm. And everything is used, we are very donor-centric. We want, and also very patient-centric. Right. So we want to make sure that the donor dollars are being spent wisely.
Thank you. I like when dollars stay local, because we work locally, but we also work for the greater good. Mm-hmm. So that was fun. That funding that goes to research is not just for, people in Chino, California. We need research that affects, we need that population to be diverse from across the world in order to feed the data and to make sure we're functioning. I'm going to share a couple of statistics. I don't, like I said, we're not being fatalistic, but these are the stats, okay? Yes. Mm-hmm. And I love my people. I love my sisters, so I'm going to tell you. I'm going to ask for you to listen and take care of yourself. So according to the American Cancer Society, Black women have a 40% higher death rate from breast cancer than our white counterparts.
Correct.
The mortality rate for Black women under 50 is twice as high as it is for white women in the same age group. Twice as high. So that means we perish from this 2 to 1. Mm-hmm. Black women are more likely to be diagnosed at a later stage of breast cancer, making it more difficult to treat. Black women are 3 times more likely to die from breast cancer than women from any other racial or ethnic group. Black women also have a lower 5-year survival rate for breast cancer compared to their white counterparts. It is estimated that in 2021, over 7,000 Black women will die from breast cancer. Finally, Black women are less likely to have health insurance, which can result in delayed or inadequate care for breast cancer. Okay, so that's heavy information. That's deep statistics. But I do not come to you with just those are the reals. That's the reality of it. That's real talk. But Jill, tell us what we need to do if we think we have breast cancer. Maybe we feel a little something, we see a little something. Where should we start? And why shouldn't we be afraid?
You shouldn't be afraid. Feel something, say something. And you've heard me say that for years, right?
Yep.
So, and also that you're your best advocate.
Yep.
And we've talked about that for a long time. So you need to, as a woman or as a man, you need to know you know your body best. And so if you feel something, you need to say something, or you need to talk to your doctor. You need to have these conversations. Clinical exams should begin at the age of 20. That is not necessarily, a mammogram.
Right.
But you start having these conversations with your doctor at the age of 20. If you have a family history, you start telling your doctor at that particular time so that they know that there's a family history.
Right.
Just having a family history is not just the only indicator that you may have breast cancer down the road. But if you have that conversation early, then it would be easier for the doctor to, he or she will be made aware of the fact and can get you in, if they see something, maybe a mammogram, maybe you need to get a mammogram before the age of 40 because of something.
Right.
So that is very important. And understanding like your body.
Right. Knowing your body.
Yep.
Your anatomy.
Yep.
Getting used to knowing where, how it feels normally.
Yep.
So that when something feels abnormal, you know it.
Yep.
That I think it's important that we continue to keep letting women know that your bodies belong to you.
Yes.
And you have to take care of it.
Yes.
And you should be taking care of it. You should be, doing self-breast exams. And you should be advocating for your health, your health care. Unfortunately, we get busy as moms. And men, I will acknowledge that men do get breast cancer. It's just not that common. It's rarer.
Right.
And in the same, my uncle had a scare, and it's the same treatment. There's no different treatment.
Right.
People are like, men don't have breasts, they have a chest.
Do.
No. Men have breasts.
They
do. But I want to encourage women right now, because we get busy.
Yep.
There's cultural things, cultural beliefs, cultural, communications in certain cultures that create and stigmatize breast cancer. So I know that I received some, interesting information from some folks that I really admired and looked up to about breast cancer. And the only piece of information I've ever received that I never really agreed with is, if the doctor says wait and see, it can't be that important. So, or it can't be that serious. So let's wait and see. No, I don't believe that. I'm sorry. It's not supposed to be there. If it's something there, it's not supposed to be there, then I need to take care of it and take it, get it out. I don't want to, I just want my people out there to know that my sisters out there to know that the myths, the old wives' tales, if you cut it, it'll spread.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But how hard is it sometimes just dealing with the actual community, information, because there's so many different myths out there. People don't really think breast cancer is a thing anymore. They're like, isn't breast cancer cured? Can't you just do this, that, and the other?
No, people need to, Komen refers to it as self-awareness as opposed to exam, because, when people hear the word exam, they think, doctor. Yeah. Okay. But no, we want you to be regularly screened. Regular screening, early detection is key into survivorship for this. You can survive breast cancer.
Yes.
The earlier detection is key. Regular mammography is one of the best ways to detect breast cancer that we have so far. So those regular mammograms, if you're over the age of 40 on your annual mammograms. However, if you do feel something and you do have a family history, you've had a conversation with your doctor, they could prescribe a mammogram at an earlier age.
Right.
One of the things that we do here at Komen is we started Stand for Her, which is our health equity revolution, and that is particularly focused on the African American population, especially for women. And we recognize the fact that, earlier stages, like we were talking about, later diagnosis, and not always having the same opportunities, and making sure that everybody has that equal opportunity. So, Komen has also created a patient navigator program specifically focused around African American women.
Awesome.
And so, we've done a lot, but we continue to do more, but we also need to make sure as a community that we recognize that this is something that's important, and everybody has a mom. Everybody has a mom. And, we need to, like we were just saying, breast cancer does affect the female population more than the male population, but it does affect the male population. So we just want to make sure that everybody has that self-awareness of your body.
Right.
And making sure that those regular mammograms and having those conversations with the doctor are key. And then living a healthy lifestyle. Well, it is important that you make those healthy choices to help decrease your risk.
Right. I know that. I mean, I come from a family. I have several women in my family that had breast cancer. I think at the time I was like the third person or the fourth.
Oh, wow.
Fourth person, and it was just getting popular with the BRCA. And all, the testing to find out if it was hereditary, because there's other cancers that can also signify, like colon cancer, uterine cancer, that run in families, or so it was important to me then to know who and my history, so that the doctor could be. So I was able to get those mammograms early, because I wasn't 40 yet when I was diagnosed. So I absolutely. Who do you work with? Who are your collaborative partners and friends in this, from the community?
So Komen,
give them a shout out.
Okay, so we, if people are looking for support groups, there's different organizations that we have that patients are being. Breast cancer patients are also, working with Komen and also working with them. So like the Pink Ribbon Place is another organization where we've had shared people. Michelle's Place is another organization. You'll hear a lot on our website for the American Cancer Society. So, Susan G. Komen is not in this fight alone. However, we focus on breast cancer, and it takes a village to help somebody that is going through breast cancer.
It really does.
So,
does breast cancer discriminate against anybody?
No.
If you're in jail?
No.
If you're human trafficked?
No.
Domestic violence?
No.
It doesn't discriminate.
No. Male,
female.
Age. Yeah.
I've known
black, white,
it
Mexican,
every nationality. Yep. There's something. So there's something to say about fundraising and making sure we get those dollars, because we need to know the statistics from all of these populations.
Absolutely.
So that it can feed the narrative on what needs attention. It's not just, white women or black women, there's cultural differences across the board. Some folks are healthier because they have healthier diets, and people say, well, it can't be what I ate or whatever. No, the things how and it's not necessarily your fault,
Right.
It's just how food is prepared now,
right.
These days.
Yeah.
I want to What are some of your, we're going to talk about one after this next break. We're going to go to break and then we're going to talk about it. I changed my mind because I get to do that. Haha.
Okay.
We're going to go to break and we'll be right back. We're going to talk about future events and something that I did or that I'm doing. All right. We'll be right back, San Bernardino.
106.5 FM and KCAA 1050 AM.
Dick's Auto Wreckers in Kingman reminds all drivers when you take to the road, remember to take along those 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and a little common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. This message courtesy of Dick's Auto Wreckers in Kingman. Call Dick's Auto Wreckers at 928-757-9888. That's 928-757-9888. This message from Trish and the staff at Dick's Auto Wreckers in Kingman.
Now, here's a new concept: digital network advertising, where businesses display your ad inside their building. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, your company is going to thrive with digital network advertising. Choose your marketing sites or jump on the DNA system and advertise with all participants. Your business ad or logo is rotated multiple times an hour inside local businesses where people will discover your company. Digital network advertising. DNA, a novel way to be seen and remembered. Digital network advertising with networks in Redlands and Yucaipa. Call in the 909 area 222-9293 for introductory pricing. That's 909-222-9293 for digital network advertising. One last time, digital network advertising, 909-222-9293.
And now, the voices of KCAA with an exciting announcement.
Want to hear NBC News or KCAA anywhere you go? Well, now there's an app for that.
KCAA is celebrating 25 years and our silver anniversary with a brand new app.
The new KCAA app is now available on your smart device, cell phone, in your car, or any place.
Just search KCAA on Google Play or in the Apple Store.
One touch and you can listen on your car radio, Bluetooth device, Android Auto, or Apple CarPlay.
Catch the KCAA buzz in your earbuds or on the streets, celebrating 25 years of talk, news, and excellence with our new KCAA app.
Just do it and download it.
KCAA, celebrating 25 years.
This is KCAA.
Welcome back, San Bernardino. This is Shazette. We're working in the margins. And I'm here with my bestie, Miss Jill Eaton from Coleman IE, Susan G. Coleman. So if we can explain why we look so fabulous, Miss Jill.
We look great.
So I want you, so I did a thing. I'm doing a thing, y'all. I've had the opportunity to do this before. I just haven't been, I'm so busy sometimes. And then it seems like I was starting a new job every time it came up. So at least the last couple of years.
You're right.
So I just got so busy. But I've always wanted to do it, and I always support whoever does. But there's a fundraising campaign that Jill does. It's for the last 5 years or so, and it's called the Big Wigs. And I this year decided that I wanted to be a big wig. So I am going to volunteer my time. I'm going to help Jill fundraise during this campaign. I have an obligated amount that I'm going to raise. So I'll be hitting y'all up to help me support. I plan on doing a couple of fundraisers that'll be really fun. I want to, when things look kind of dreadful and dire, I personally like to go out and do something meaningful and something fun, hopefully, to combat that. So what better way than to help my community of breast cancer survivors, number one, my African American sisters, number two, that are surviving breast cancer, and my community. I want my community to support me, Coleman, the Big Wigs, and you'll feel good about it, and know that the fundraising is going to help people. I don't know too many people, Jill, who don't know somebody affected by breast cancer.
I don't either.
anymore,
I mean,
you know?
like I said, it's it touches 1 in 8 women in the United States.
Right.
Will have a diagnosis of breast cancer, and 1 in 9 African American women
Right.
will have a diagnosis of breast cancer.
Right.
And in 2022, I believe it was over 360,000 African American women were survivors, those living with metastatic
Yes.
disease or were living with breast cancer.
Right.
So, the numbers are staggering, and we want to continue
Right.
to do what we can
Right.
to change that. And early detection, again, is key. I will always
It
say
is.
that.
I
I'll always
know
say that.
It is. I'm excited for this campaign.
Yes.
I'm excited to be out in the community.
Yes.
Supporting Komen. It's always going to be dear to my heart
Thank
because
you.
this is the community that took me in and helped me do some difficult things, and to come out on the other side, 19 years now thriving. So I want to give back my time, a little bit of my time, to help make this really successful. Tell us about Fender and how they support us.
Sure. Yeah, I've got my Fender. Okay, I've got my Fender shirt on. So,
and the theme is
rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
So this year's Susan G. Komen Inland Empire Bigwigs theme happens to be, well, first of all, Susan G. Komen Inland Empire does a campaign called Bigwigs, and we are looking for community leaders in our community that will be willing to raise critical funds and be willing to wear a ridiculous pink wig for a designated. I think they're cute.
Yeah.
A silly pink wig to help those facing breast cancer, and it's a friendly fundraising competition. So we want to see our girl over here get one of those Fender guitars. So one of our other partners for our Bigwigs campaign in the Inland Empire happens to be Fender.
Yay.
And this year's
The
theme,
guitar people.
yes, Fender musical instruments. They are amazing. They're out of Corona, and so they donate to us these lovely custom Susan G. Komen guitars, and
Beautiful.
they're absolutely gorgeous. And the top fundraisers of the campaign have the opportunity to earn that and earn the title Biggest Wig. Yes, and so our Bigwigs campaign since inception has raised almost over $300,000.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes, I believe it's over actually it's over 350,000, which is incredible.
Thank you.
We have a reputation to uphold. We are the number 1 fundraising campaign all across the United States for Susan G. Komen with the Bigwigs campaign. So
Awesome.
we're gonna so Gisette has a fundraising minimum goal of $5,000. So any of you that are listening
Yep.
and would love to contribute to her campaign, let us know.
When is kickoff?
We will be doing kickoff on February the 27th
Right.
at the San Bernardino International Airport.
Right here, local folks.
We're grateful for the San Bernardino International Airport to help us and be a venue sponsor for our event. And you will have your own URL and QR code to go ahead and support very soon.
Yeah,
So
awesome. I'm looking so forward to it.
yeah.
I love to give back, and it's important also to me right now because Family Assistance, we represent women majorly, but we represent women from every walk of life, and I think because of my experience, I'm like, if they got sick, if they got cancer, just how much harder it would be for them. These women are fleeing domestic violence and human trafficking, or they were just coming out of prison. And I'm like, man, having a cancer diagnosis and treatment on top of all of that too, because it can still happen. None of those things exclude you from getting breast cancer.
Nope.
It just is, so I'm really excited to do education. A few years ago, I became a certified breast health educator through Know Your Lemons. And I like to go out and talk to people about it. I tell people, I have a picture, it's a personal picture of me post surgery. It's just my with my chest and my scars, because I too had a double mastectomy, and I just tell folks, let me talk to you now so that we can kind of avoid this. Let's see if we can avoid what I've had to go through. And so that's how I get women. They're like, oh, talk to me. People don't consider it's, that breast cancer they're like, oh, that's a girl thing, or this, but, and that when I talk to people, I tell them like I'm an amputee. And it doesn't register, because they're like, they see arms and legs and legs. But I am considered an amputee because I've had vital organs removed from my body. And that takes special care.
Yes.
And it takes a special, different mental mind. That is something to get through, to grieve, to mourn. It's
right.
Your mental health is involved. Your physical health is involved. And though I don't wake up every single day thinking about breast cancer or my experience in breast cancer,
right,
it doesn't leave me.
No,
it can't, because I get to go and pick out what size prosthetics or boobs I want to wear for the day. Sometimes none, because I don't want to deal with it. I'm like, I'm too old for that. It's too hot, like this wig is right now. So I'm gonna take it off because I got my poof. But it's I gladly will embrace, but I don't want to welcome any more people into this experience.
Right. Into the sisterhood, right?
Yeah, we don't need any more sisters.
No.
We have a lot we're taking care of right now. But it's not, but I don't want people to think, if it does happen, it's a terrible, horrible journey. No, it doesn't have to be. And you are not alone.
No. Not alone at all.
Not alone.
No.
Jill's going to give us some phone numbers.
Oh, I need to.
About where you can call.
Yep.
So you can get in touch with those folks out there that can help.
Yes.
If you need. She's got a couple of business lines. And then I'm going to share a couple of resources. But Jill, I want to say thank you.
Thank
so
you
much for coming on and being my partner for this show. This was, it's important to me that I communicate about things that I know to help the community. So thank you again. I appreciate you. You do wonderful things for your community. Your community appreciates you. So I want you to give us a few phone numbers.
Yes. First of all, thank you so much for having me on. You're a dear friend of mine. I just love being here. I love doing anything with you. Some of the resources that you can do is, Komen.org, KOMEN.org is where you can start, and you can, all of the resources that I talked about are available online.
Komen.org, KOMEN.org.
Yes, and then I also talked about our breast care helpline, and that helpline is 1-877-GO-KOMEN. 1-877-GO-KOMEN, KOMEN. And that helpline is manned Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So, and then also you can email our helpline if you have direct questions, and that's helpline@komen.org. So
easy
peasy
stuff to remember.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Good.
And again, thank you. Knowledge is key.
Knowledge is power.
Yep. And then also self-awareness of your body and early detection can save lives.
Absolutely.
So regular screenings. I'm going to leave you with that. So
well, thank you. Don't leave me so yet, but thank you. Those are the keys. Those are the keys. Early detection.
That's great.
And we really appreciate Jill coming today to share that information. So community, I'm going to share a couple of resources that are coming up. Hold on, let me get to my phone. There they are. Okay, because I know I have some folks out there looking for tax help. So California State University San Bernardino is going to have a free tax help. Let's see. I'm looking for It says no appointment necessary, tax preparation sites. So there's different places, different locations. Oh, here they are. Okay. Saturdays only, February 1st through April 5th. That's at the Cal State CSUSB campus. And then at SBVC, which is where I go, it's Thursdays only from the 13th until March 13th, and then March 27th. Community, I will be posting all of these flyers on my socials under hashtag working in the margins with Z. And then, on the podcast, you can just scroll back, and find it in the YouTube. There's a free legal aid walk-in clinic. It's for expungements, divorces, legal separations. It's this weekend. It's at the Inland Coalition for Immigrant Justice, Saturday, February 8th from 9 until noon. And it's right near here. It's at 2441 North Sierra Way in San Bernardino. And it's a free legal aid clinic. So they're talking about expungements, y'all. So if you got stuff on your record, let's see if they can help you get it cleared up, Volunteers of This Is Jobs. Volunteers of America, they do wonderful work over in the city of Pomona. That's how I know of them. I used to work with them over there. But they got some great positions available. Intake specialists, monitors, housing specialists, and you can go on Volunteers of America, voala.org careers. Okay, Volunteers of America. There's going to be another record clearing. What's today's date? The 6th? Never mind, we missed it. Hopefully there'll be another one. I collect these like all during the week, so these resources, but there'll be another one soon because this is actually, I think, the second one this year already that they've had. So the city of Fontana is hiring for their summer programs, their community services summer programs. They're starting now. They're starting early. So February 1st, they had a job application workshop, and then they're going to have a hiring event on Saturday, March 1st. Okay, so that's the city of Fontana. Jobs. I hope y'all shopping at Costco. Check in with them and see if they hiring. I heard they paying $30 an hour. I don't know how they do that, selling $1.50 hot dogs and a drink. They need to be running this country's budget, because if you pay your salary, pay your employees $30 an hour, what are they doing right? So let's shoot, kudos. There's another tax. I was at the San Bernardino City Council yesterday, and I always run in there for City Council. I sit down and it's in the same building. It's in the Feldheim, and it's right across from the library. And I don't think I had ever stepped over on that side. Well, I did yesterday, and boy, what a visit! It was awesome. They gave me a bunch of resources. So they are also doing free tax help February 5th through April 14th, and that's the San Bernardino Library. Well, community, I think I've come to the end. Eric is giving me the finger of number 1 left, 1 minute left. But I want to share a quote with you that means so much to me, and I hope it means something to you. And I hope that we can get activated. The quote is, "Never, ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble, necessary trouble." And that's our dear departed ancestor, John Lewis. Take care, San Bernardino. Protect your mental health. I'll see you next week. Thanks for having me in your podcast, Living Room TV. Thank you, Jill, for coming.